Boom, we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Today we have a very special friend, rider, one of the crazy guys I meet in my life, one of the persons I follow a lot behind him because I love to see how he rides. He's a person who never was afraid to ride, fall, come back, and in end is always on the top three. He was always a person that I have lots of love, appreciation. He changed everything we have in this sport in Europe because he came like a surprise. We never see him before. He was with the customs machine, and at one moment, who is this guy? Oh, this guy is Adrian. He's coming for the first time. And where we are, Adrian. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Thank you for the amazing intro.
My friend, not
Yes,
the intro is the truth. You know that you are a fantastic rider. I love to see you ride. Most of the people love to see you, and lots of people. When you are racing against them, they have lots of respect for you. You was one of the persons I have so much stories to talk, and thank you so much for coming here and to sharing a little about your experience. First of all, like always, present to everybody to know a little more about you, where you come from, how do you start with this amazing sport, and then we go from there.
yeah, sure. So I'm Adrian. I'm originally from South Africa. I moved to Netherlands around 6 years ago. When I moved, I had no idea what a one wheel was. I think the first time I saw it was probably like a lot of people. I saw a video on YouTube. The algorithm got me. I watched probably all the one wheel content on YouTube at that time. But I kept getting scared to buy one because you never know if you're going to enjoy it. Finally, one year, I just decided, okay, this is it. I will buy one. And I actually didn't ride that much. I rode on the street like everyone on the XR, on the Vega. It was fun, but I wasn't hooked. And then one day I saw on one of the groups somebody posted about trail riding, Muddy posted. And I went and joined them. I think I had at that stage like 100 kilometers. I had no idea. I had no wrist guards. I just had a helmet. And then since that moment, I just fell in love. I think I started going every single weekend. I think 3 days after that, I ordered an enduro tire, a fender, everything. So yeah, and then since then, I just ride all the time. I've had 5 or 6 boards. Of course, I went down the Vesk route, joined the community.
The European community and the world now is changing too a little more about to the Vesk. But we talk about Modi. Modi is a guy from Netherlands. He organizes trails. Is one of the specialities. They are very special in trails. And if you want to have the chance to have fun and lots of emotions, the trails in Netherlands is very fast and very crazy. And you have to be very good prepared to go with these guys. But if you are prepared to emotions and have lots of good and fun, maybe you can contact the group from them. Modi is in Instagram. Yeah, there you are. And that way you guys can have fun with them. I think you're going to enjoy it. They are a fantastic group, and I think you're going to have lots of fun. Continue, my friend. And then how do you came to the first time event was in
Switzerland.
Switzerland, yeah.
When was Switzerland 2023? Yeah, so I had started that Swiss event is the beginning of summer, right? I think around May.
Yeah.
I only started around September the year before that I get this XR, so it moved quite quickly.
But was the invitation from Victor? Because I know that you ride with the board from him. How do you came to the...
So that's a funny story. Victor's board.
Okay.
Because I met the Stoke Seekers around sometime in winter, probably around November or December. So I was riding with them throughout winter, and then towards the end, somebody mentioned this Swiss event, and I thought I had no idea there were even any events, or maybe I heard about Float Italia because Float Italia was early in the year.
Yeah, so that was the first one.
And a few of the guys were going, so I just decided to go. I had just got a GT by then,
Mhm.
but I probably still only had 300 or 400 kilometers in total. And I went there, and I remember I arrived, and Muddy was already there, and I went to him, and I was like kind of excited, and he immediately said, "We have no chance," because I think V-Wheel was there,
Mhm.
some other guys all on their Vesks.
Mhm.
There was there.
Was the guys from Swiss, Poland too? Was the guys? Yeah,
Ireland,
it was.
the Swiss Onewheel club was also there, of course.
Mhm.
And Muddy basically said on a FM board, we have no chance. So
Yeah. Then you have the Veskman too. Was it?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I think we were having some beers in the evening, and I had met Victor before, but I didn't know him that well.
Mhm.
And he said I must try stand on his board. And I think the way he explained it was he said I won't make the nose touch the ground. And I was like, no, surely not, because on FM boards you can do it quite easily.
Yeah, yeah.
I got on his board, and indeed I couldn't really scrape the nose.
Mhm.
So I went onto the asphalt, and immediately you can just go like 40, 45 kilometers an hour.
Mhm.
That was my first time I stepped on a Vesk, and this was Friday evening before the race.
And Victor, for everybody to know, is from Custom Wheels. He's a fantastic guy.
And that was the start of he's also from Amsterdam, so he's a few kilometers away. It was the start of a really nice friendship. I ride a lot with Victor now.
Victor is a fantastic person.
Yeah, very
He's
helpful.
an amazing person. And every time he goes to the event, he don't stop working and fixing and doing lots of stuff. And he's one person is always trying to help a lot the community. That's why I think it's good if you have the chance to support the Custom Wheels. I think you're not going to regret, because he's an amazing person and he's always there to help us. And of course, I think we are not making propaganda here, because I don't do nothing with that, but I love Victor, and I think he do an amazing job for all our community. And why not make a nice propaganda for him? My friend, the first race was like everything you expected. How was that, going directly from a XR to a Vesk and racing with guys that everybody was talking about, and you being there as a surprise?
It was I can't really explain it. It was unreal. I think the qualifying I did well, but not very well. I think I was 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, somewhere around there. But again, it was the first time I was riding a Vesk, first time I was riding his board, so I think maybe I was still trying out. And then the head-to-head races, it's also a bit of luck, right? I think the Swiss course back then was very short, not very technical. It had that downhill at the back, which was quite technical. But there was a good chance of somebody falling. I fell, I think, in 2 of the races, maybe 3.
I was the first times I was with my AUC, I was filming you guys, and I say, "Who is this guy?" And the guy say, "Hey, that is Adrian, the guy from." He came as a surprise, and the Victor give him a custom Vesk, and he's doing well. And I say, "What? It was the first time in the Vesk, and he's already doing like that?" And he said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh!" But then we're going to have a new guy here, and you came as a big surprise for all of us. Was everything like you expected? Seeing this community meeting for the first time as an event, that was your first event, I think, was a big surprise. How can you describe it for the people who want to understand what is the AOL?
Yeah. So that stage, well, that was before the EOL officially started, right? I think
that was already not. Okay.
They were the kind of EOL races. I think that was the year that we went to send riders to rail, right? But there wasn't kind of a official EOL league finals. I think that only started later. But the community is amazing. I think it's not really like any other community or hobby I've been part of. I think the races, it's really hard to explain to people on the outside, right? Because of course it's a race and everyone's very competitive, right? Especially when you start getting later on. But you're all friends, right? And of course you'll
the good thing, my friend.
You'll try to beat everyone, right? Everyone I race, of course I try my best to beat them. But then after the race and even during the race, right, it's quite friendly. I've had lots of times where you're racing someone and people are talking to you behind you or something, right? And it's hard to explain. It's a very cool atmosphere.
And then my friend was like, that changed everything. I know that you have like I'm going to talk about something that I think is nice. I see you guys. I see you next year. You was there. Somebody give you the vest from him, and then you came next year. You give a surprise to him for a very special person. You give it back because you've been with the XR, and he give you for you to start with the vest, and then you came next year and you give him back. He's one of the most special persons we have in our community because he works a lot. He's made a float alive Europe. And how can you describe the people that you ride against, and how can you describe the evolution from then to now? Because now we are seeing more Vesks, and most of the people who was with XRs, they see they don't have no chance anymore with the XR to compete.
Yeah, of course it's changed a lot. And already back in that initial race of mine, I would not have done that on the GT, right? Of course, that Vesk was a lot more powerful. And I think that there's a lot of effort going into, not just having courses that are for one kind of board, right? And I think we made a lot of progress, right? But it's never going to be possible, right, to fully remove that advantage that you have on faster Vesk. So I think, the races, of course, have got a lot better. And I think initially the fact that I could podium, right, on that first race is
and then was in Scotland. Then was in Scotland that you should be in other position, and maybe you should be in USA, but because of what happened there, was you not possible because you travel especially to go to that race, and you try to fly there, and I was behind you. When lots of people who don't know, I'm going to put the video later on the link for you guys to see it. How is this guy was going downhill, and how he fall, and he come back to the board again, and he goes to the end, and then when he comes to the finals, they forgot about you. They start without you.
Yeah, that was
a mess.
Frustrating. To say the least. Yeah.
Yes, I know, but we have to talk about that, and it's very sad because I was expecting to see you in USA. Gerard was there. I was expecting that you come. You didn't came. Was Gerard representing us? I think Gerard is a great rider, but in this year, I think you was the person who deserves to go there as a new rider, as a person, because Westman, he always told that he don't want to do nothing with the future motion. But that means that you was in second place, and you was ultimately the person to go to the USA. Was for you a little frustration?
Yeah, of course.
Not to be able,
as I said, I mean, it's no like surprise that, because again, I only found out about races that year, right? So Switzerland was the first race I even knew about. And then when I did well there, I realized, I might as well give it a shot, right? So I think, what other races did I attend that year? It was just Float the Highlands, right? Yeah, just Float the Highlands.
I bring your boards, and I bring the boards from everybody. I think from these two different types, and what you are seeing, we was talking, the two of us in private, about Denmark. You are one of the persons who are always telling me that Denmark is fantastic. I was not able to be there till now, and it's always a place that I dream to go there. First of all, the way you describe. Second, because of Lars, the team is there. I invite everybody to go there to the event from them. I think it's nothing to do with the other events. It's more technical. It's an event that you're going to feel like you are as a family. And for you, Adrian, in all this time, how can you describe each event that you've been from the AOL, and how was for you being racing with so many guys from different countries of Europe, and how do you see the evolution from everybody?
A lot of questions there. Let me start with Denmark. So I think, as you said, it's a completely different vibe, I think the first year I went, it was also 2023, so that same
Mhm.
year that I went to Switzerland and float the Highlands. And I was actually the first ever international person that joined the event. And just that event has already started evolving, right? So that first year, everyone was just in Lars's house, right? I arrived late the first day, so I didn't have time to pitch my tent, and he just gave me his spare bedroom, right? We had all the meals in his dining room, right? It was a very like a cozy
He's
atmosphere.
a fantastic person. I invite everybody to go there. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
very 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 cool event, very different. And he kind of entertained us the whole time, right? He's got a lot of these fun circus games, these little bikes that are probably that size, just very different atmosphere, right? But all the events have this atmosphere, right? So I think all events have got their own. Of course, there's the main race, right? And I think that main race for most of them is quite similar, right? Of course, Denmark is very different because it's more like a obstacle course.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a technical one.
but all events have their own unique parts, right? So I don't know if I can go through all of them and kind of explain.
Yeah, but for you, my friend, tell me the three that call you more attention. That you said, okay, that is the ones not taking out of the other ones, but for you as was more special.
I like Belgium, but I think I'm biased here because I had two very nice races there.
Hmm.
And I think the race experience that you have is a big part of how you remember it, right? So
Hmm.
like both times I came second,
Hmm.
um, and just like being in that final, it's something that it's hard to explain, right?
Hmm.
Of course, all multi-person races are awesome to race in, right? But the
Hmm.
final is just yeah a step up, right? Everyone's watching, everyone's shouting. If you have a crash, everyone goes crazy, right? It's so to have that two times at Belgium. Yeah, I just I definitely enjoyed that event a lot. Switzerland as well. I think I'll always like that, right? My first race, my first
Hmm.
podium. I think it's also
Yeah.
got a very nice atmosphere. I remember last year when we went, we started playing the one wheel hockey,
Mhm. Yeah, that was amazing.
and now I saw this year there was actually like a planned event. So those small little like quirky things that each event has, um, yeah, make them very enjoyable, right? Even outside of the actual one wheel racing.
I think we have a big community, a nice community. I think we are different countries, different cultures, different language, but we come very good, all of us. We are like a big family, and that's what is amazing about this one real world. Uh, can be different mentalities and everything, but when we come to this place, we it's like music. We play the same is the same tone of music, and everybody is enjoying this party. We have to thank, of course, the people who started, and I think that is going to be good for the future of all of us. I hope that one day we're going to see Netherlands with the trails. I think trails is going to be very good to show the technical thing, because you guys are like mad people traveling these trails. I have the pleasure to ride with you and Modi and most of the guys, and you was riding like a crazy guy, and it's fun to
Yeah,
see how good you guys are, and brings other type of secret to the to this to the AOL.
yeah,
Not just the AOL. I know that is other events, like Vic now is doing an event again in his country, and but we are seeing more and more and more. Uh, then you have the other thing. I don't know if you can. That's why I want to talk very short about this. I know that you have today. Maybe you cannot race again. Is something that can happen. Tell us a little more about that, because I'm very sad. The day I know that, I was a very sad day for me, because you are a very special rider for me, a person that I have very special, and I always tell you, you are the favorite always. You are like a mad dog. you fall, you come back, you fall, you come back, and then you are always in a podium, you are always there. And seeing losing one of the great riders we have, how can you describe what is happening now to you for everybody to understand a little from Adrian what is in this moment happening?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not racing this season at all. Whether or not I race again is still in the air. I highly doubt I will.
Hmm.
But yeah, you never know. So it wasn't a one wheel accident or anything. Maybe it was related to chair riding, as you know. I enjoy riding.
That's why I was going to talk about that in the second.
But no, so I was born with a back condition
Hmm.
in my lower back, and yeah, every few years I have some issues. So
Hmm.
when I was a kid, I played a lot of sports. So I was very competitive in hockey and sprinting.
Hmm.
So I kept myself fit. I think now, since I'm working and the only sports I do is one wheeling, I get a little bit less fit, and that puts more strain
Hmm.
on my back. So yeah, it was after Portugal last year because I stayed for the tour, and I think just that amount of riding. So of course we had the race before, we had all of the group rides, all of the extra races that
Hmm.
Fabio organizes, and then I went and did the tour. Afterwards, I was in a lot of pain, so I didn't ride until very recently. I started riding again, so I took the whole of winter off. Um, I saw lots of doctors. It's not clear exactly what I'll do yet. But yeah, the pain I'm in, it's not worth racing. So I've started riding again, but I don't do any
Stupid
drops.
things.
I mean, even just dropping off curbs, I think is
Mhm.
is, is enough for me for now.
So
Um,
then we talk about that, and I think it's important. You was very in love with the chair riding, something that I was like amazed uh, the way you guys had so much fun with this chair. Was a nice team of guys riding, and you was one of them apart, and I was seeing you in love. Is something that you're going to miss because
of
of
course,
your
of course.
pain, of course.
I think if I could choose to ride standing or ride chair, if I could only do one, I would choose chair for sure.
And the beautiful thing was you lost Goose. Lots of good. We're going to just put here just for you guys to see it. That was just having fun and enjoying so
Yeah.
much good things. Do you that? How can you describe the ride? Because I know lots of people say, "Oh, one wheel in a chair." How can you describe, because I see you guys having so much fun. We was in Switzerland, this small race with a Max was there too, and the guy was like, nobody's so crazy like these Europeans riding the chair, and he was saying that was the best propaganda of my life.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, yeah. I mean, it's similar to riding a one wheel for the first time, right? It's like
Look at this nice race.
this was a fun race. I think both of these we finished within like 10 centimeters of each other over the whole race course.
But the good thing about this is you have lots of fun, and it
So,
was made with this with you guys. The chair race was today is something that maybe we're going to have more and more on the races, on the events, because it's something that bring lots of people, lots of guys. We was having this tour in Switzerland, and most of the guys was 7, 8, or 9 guys,
yeah,
all of them with chairs,
yeah.
just enjoying and have a good time. And I think the race with you and Goze was like amazing.
Yeah.
For the people who don't know, I'm going to leave the link there. That is a complete race with the two of them, but this is two friends, and that is the beautiful thing about this. In end, uh, we come. Doesn't matter who wins. Of course, it's a competition, but in end, it's just the fun we have.
Yeah, I
And
think I have a lot of good memories of riding a chair with Jose. I think whenever he came to Netherlands, or I rode with him 2 or 3 times in Belgium, we would always start standing, but at some stage the chair would always come out, and
And he's good. He's always enjoying. So that was the nice moment. Uh, this little fox was maybe the first one.
this was the second time. So
This is the one you give it back.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I mean the reason I did that is the first year. So that first race in Switzerland when I came third, I think
He give you,
Victor, it wasn't a planned
but you
prize,
deserve it, my friend.
but yeah, I think I was the only one in the final without a Vesk. So
Mhm.
well, without my own Vesk. Of course, I was
Yeah,
racing on his machine.
and I
So
think that was amazing.
that one
I
for
think
free. I thought, yeah, I don't need the second one. So
then, my friend, in this time that you stop, we speak in private. You came to a hobby that maybe is going to be very good for all of us, and I think you are enjoying. Tell us a little more about this hobby that you started yet, and I think it's going to help the community too, and you're going to enjoy it a lot.
yeah. So when I couldn't, yeah, in the few months I had off, I decided I need something to keep myself busy. So I started flying drones. I think Nelson also shares this hobby,
I love this hobby, my friend.
and it's grown a lot. So I have multiple. I started building some. Uh, yeah, so I think I will hopefully go to Denmark and film the guys there. I
I
think
hope
filming
that
one
this
is
year I come to, my friend. That
yeah.
is the plan with me and my wife for us to go. We have already the 3 last years tried to come, always not don't happen. This year we're going to try again. I paid last year the ticket. I always that's not the problem, but sometimes life is like this. But this year we're going to try again to come. Is one of the places I invite to everybody to go. Is one of the places that I have a big dream to go and see. First of all, not just the event. I think the team from Lars and the Lars and everybody there is lovely persons who made this that you feel that you are in at home,
Yep.
and that is not made for me is a community event. That's what I call community event. He doing and open the doors from his house to bring people is not easy. You
Yep.
have to be and of course the way he takes life for us to have fun is just special. You're just going to have amazing time. I never been there. I always ask to you. I always tell Adrian, "Is good? Do you like it?" And say, "Nelson, is good. It's very good. You have to try it."
That's
And
right.
I have to go there. And I invite everybody. Go to the events from AOL. Try to find the best for you, who suit for you. All of them are very different. Don't forget that is different countries, different places, different temperatures.
Yeah.
Go there and enjoy it, and you're going to help, of course, these events to grow. What is going to be the future for Adrian? What is you have in your mind? I know that is a difficult moment to talk about that, but
Yeah.
what is the future for you, my friend, relating to the AOL, to the Onewheel? What is your plans in this moment? What you have?
Great question. I'm not fully sure to answer it. So I still want to be part of the community, of course. I think during winter when I was injured, I was not sure what I would do. I started selling some one wheels just because having 4 one wheels and not riding is pointless.
Yeah,
I had to walk up every day and just feel sad.
it
Um,
makes no sense.
but no, I definitely still want to be involved. And now that I've started riding again, I'm also attending some events. I also blame Fabio. He pulled me back in. So I've now also joined the EOL committee as
Hmm.
a rider representative,
Hmm.
which is great. So giving some input. I always gave input before. I think that's why Fabio was happy to
Hmm.
also invite me there. But yeah, it's great to kind of officially be able to give input to the current season and to the next season as well. Where that will go, I'm not sure. I think rider representatives are also only there for 1 season, right? So what will happen next season, I'm not sure. Maybe I start flying and filming more events. That would also be quite
That
nice.
will be amazing, my friend.
I think
That will be.
it's really a positive, right? When you have a drone showing events. Every event that I've been to that has it, it's a huge positive. right?
Yeah, I think if you have 2 or 3 drones, I already talk with the guys, and each one take one type of shot, because I was talking with the guys from Spain. They have 3 guys riding all the time, and they change the positions. One go up, one go down, and one go to the side, and they work very well. And I see how they work, and the shots what they make for the events make a big change
Yeah,
for us to show the event to the world,
yeah,
because
yeah,
the quality from the drones is very good, stabilization is very good, you know that today. And I think there is a good community who can do that. I'm very proud if you can do that. I think you're going to help a lot, bring a lot to the table.
yeah,
And I think that way we can show more these events to the world, in show how Europe is big with these events.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
think that's the way we are doing. I was talking with the guys from Ace Skate Race from Czech Republic this year. They put drones there too, and you see directly the quality of the event has changed
yeah, yeah,
from 0 to 1,000. That is a big change.
yeah,
Uh, I hope that you continue to ride with our community. I hope that your back comes better and you can be able to come back again to ride, race. That will be amazing.
yeah,
But if it's not possible, my friend, just to listen to your opinion, I learned so much with you, and you are a person very serious. We talk about some things about the events that we don't agree or disagree, and I think you're going to bring a lot to the table to change the AOL in something, not change, but give your feedback as a rider, as a person who know other riders. And I think that is going to be good for the AOL to grow. And I think you are not a person who's going to go there just to sit in one place and enjoy. I think you're going to want the people to listen to your voice, and I think that Fabio made a good choice to bring you to the team. I hope that you stay there. I hope that you stay there, because it's going to be very good.
yeah. Yeah, let's see. Again, I'm just playing a very, very small part at the moment, right? I don't think I can. I think the work that they put in over the multiple previous years, right, is a huge amount of work, and I think it's already in a place where, yeah, it's really becoming quite a solid entity, right? And yeah, I think the contributions I can make now are, yeah, it's nice to be able to make them, right? And it's of course nice to have been
It's
racing
evolution, my friend.
and to
It's
understand.
evolution.
So it's nice to, but it's also, I think, amazing that they have this idea, right, of rider representatives. So to give our voice, right, to give opinions on changes. Of course, the whole board, right, the 5 founding members, they're all riders themselves. So
Mhm.
and they're all close to the sport. So they already have quite a good idea, right? But to have the rider representatives there is also, I think it's a very nice idea.
I think it's amazing. Sorry, my friend. I think 10 voices is better than 5.
Yeah,
If you have a opportunity to listen to other opinions, and the, I think is always better. And I think you are one of the special persons who can bring something to the table, because you take it very serious about that. We have Lars there. He's a fantastic person too.
yeah,
Fabio and all the guys there. And I think uh, uh, that is going to go in another dimension. I think in the future, I don't know if the AOL is not going to be stronger than the guys in USA. We will see. I hope so. But I see that is being lots of problems now with the US guys, the events, because the Future Motion don't want to do the events together with them. They want to
yeah,
be separated, and that is, I think, they have to go to like the AOL did. They have to do the same thing,
yeah,
something separated. That way, they're going to go in a better direction. That is just my opinion, my friend. Because I listen, I was here with Justin from Float Life, and what I listened from him is not very nice. Is and we will see. But
yeah.
Adrian, oh, I'm going to just go to a last question, because I think it is important. How do you see You before you was one of the test drivers. I see you going to speeds so crazy. How do you see now we are coming to 136 volts or something like that? Uh, how do you see the future of the VESC and the one wheel? Do you think we are just starting?
I'm not sure. I think it's already getting to speeds that are scary.
But
Uh,
you was one of them. I see one video from you, my friend,
that's why I'm
testing one
scared.
board, and you go more than. And in the video, I just listened to you. Well, more than 60 kilometers per hour, and I
Yeah,
was like, uh, I think. Do you think that we are coming to the is the beginning, or we going to go more?
more for sure. So like that 60 kilometer, that was on a 19s battery,
Yes.
right? That's a small battery, not a small one, right? Of course, it's a
Hmm.
nice, but that's only 80 volt.
Yeah.
So yeah, when people are talking now about 30s, 32s, there's a lot more voltage, right?
That's the problem. That's
So,
what when we talk about that is a big change. 84 volts to 132 or 36 volts.
yeah,
That
yeah.
is a lot. Do you
But
see
even
the guys from?
on my last season I was racing on a
Hmm.
Lenko board, right?
Hmm.
Um, and there he's got a very efficient motor, right? So even
Hmm.
that board was also only 19s. It was only 80 volts, right?
Hmm.
Most of the boards that were racing that season were already 100 volts, right? I think
Hmm.
in Belgium, in the Belgium event, Dan was on 100 volts, Alexis 100 volts, Vid was on 100 volts, but yet that board was able to keep up, right? So I think there's still improvements to be made with motor efficiency, right? Now everyone's going to big tires. That's also getting more speed. People are starting to put more cells in. Every
Eight
year, there's
soul,
small
my
advancement in
friend.
the cells, right? There was P45B, now there's P50B. I already heard rumors of people looking at other cells, right? It's getting crazy.
That's why I'm just telling about this because, like the EUCs, I was talking with the guys and they tell me, oh, we are with 150 volts. And then one moment they say, oh, that is okay. Then one moment the guy said, no, we are now with 176 volts. And then about 2 weeks ago, I listened that they are with 201 volts. And the machine can goes to 135 kilometers per hour and is for racing. So, guys, and of course, the AUC has more time as VESC than we have
Yeah.
the one wheelers. So, the one wheelers, of course, they need a little more time. I think we are just in the beginning of this show.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll go the same way as EUC, to be honest. I think they're just inherently different
Hmm.
machines. Right. So I think like the races that I see from EUC, it's a lot of this like go-karting courses, right, where you're really picking your racing line and taking tight
Hmm.
corners. It looks amazing, right? I was actually about to get into EUC before my
Hmm.
injury. I had asked one of the riders here to borrow one. It's nice, right? But it's different to one wheeling. And
No,
I think I think like the way one wheeling is going, we're already at the point now where I don't think people are pushing the board in every race, right? Maybe yes in accelerating from the start and maybe on some straights, but for most of the course we're not pushing it. So I think we will still see advancements, of course, and there'll always be speed demons out there trying to go crazy speeds. That'll always happen. But I think
mhm.
most people are probably already on a board now that they'll be able to use for the next 4 years, right? Assuming our races stay the same, right? Same kind of courses. But I think we're going to add mm, more difficult obstacles, right? And some tricks. And like, I think that's more the way that we're going as opposed to just speed, speed, speed.
I think like in USA, that is the new thing. They are changing now for more technical, like skateboard, more like swimming pools, like parks, like everything, more technical thing, more like you see Jack from South Korea, V Wheel, the guy from France. Then we have Veskman, lots of people doing lots of new tricks and try to change. I think that is something that we're going to see in the next 2 years. Or
Yeah,
uh,
for sure.
and for you, my friend, this year, looking what you've seen, what you think is going to be the favorite one, guys, to go to the finals? Because I know that the finals is going to be bigger. It's going to be
32
more
people.
riders there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I won't mention all 32, uh, but I
No, I
think
just wanted the three. What do you think is going to be the three top heads to?
three thirds. I think there's an obvious three, maybe not obvious, but three that are riding like crazy at the moment, and they're not surprises. So
Hmm.
I think, of course, Jay winning last year.
Hmm. He's a
He's of
champion.
course he's the champion, and I don't think there's any reason that this year will be not different, right? I think there's a good chance we'll have a new champion, but
Hmm.
he's still fast, right? It's not that he's not racing anymore. So I watched him and Alexis race in France, and it was a beautiful thing to see. So
Hmm.
Jay, I think Alexis as well. Um, yeah, I think he was my favorite last year, and then of course in the final he had an unfortunate
Hmm.
board malfunction,
Hmm.
and then I think the third for me would be Dan.
Then,
Dan.
okay. I was thinking more the young guy from Switzerland.
I think in the next few seasons, for sure, Maiko will be a huge force to reckon with. But I think, yeah, I'm not sure why. I think he's had a few board issues this year.
Wow, then that
I'm
was
not.
a big surprise.
Yeah, I think Dan's also crazy. He's a
Then no. Then he's
guy
like
that
you, my
fall,
friend.
get up, fall,
Then
get
he's
up,
like you.
fall.
He don't go to the limit. We have to give him the privilege to him and his girl. They are the only ones to win together in that place, and
Yeah,
that is very nice. And against good riders,
yeah.
that was
No,
a
I
big
think Dan's a
competition
very good
against. That was a big competition against, of course, Alexis.
yeah,
And
exactly. And I've heard it's a very technical course.
uh-huh.
So.
But he's a crazy guy like you, my friend. He falls and he comes back. What
Yep.
I love about him, I was with the drone. He falls. He
Yeah.
looked to me to the drone. He makes and he come back again to the race. And you are saying, "Man, you broke yourself." Do you remember the drag race in Switzerland? That it
Yeah, I
was,
was next to him.
yeah, you was racing it, and I was like, "Wow!"
Yeah, yeah.
And he
And that
broke
also
my protection.
wasn't his board. So he's crazy
Yeah,
like me. He'll get on any board.
yeah.
And I remember in Portugal last year, Hannes bought Westman bought a new board,
Hmm.
like he always does to events, right?
Yeah.
He asked me to try it, so I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't know that he was testing how fast it can go. So I got on his board and I just immediately went, I don't know what it was, 45 or 50. And then when I stopped, he's like, oh, okay, so it works.
And of course I have the race against you and the drag race between you and what's the name? I have the video here. Let me just uh, don't I put you here? I have to see. I, I have the race between you and in Portugal. Do you remember? I put the top speed. Let me just see. Where I have it? I put it yesterday to the site. Mm, oh, I think he's here. No, little more. But my friend, too much videos. It's too much things here. Uh, I have to find it. It doesn't matter. Oh, I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it.
Me and Jay.
Yeah, look. Jay, no protections,
Yeah, of course.
and you, my
Full,
friend.
yeah, this
But
was
that was nice to see,
the
and
Lenker wheel and BTS.
yeah. So, my friend, coming to the end, I hope that this year you go to more events. I hope that I have the chance to see you in Denmark. Portugal, I don't know. We'll see my life. Make lots of good videos with the
Yeah.
drone. I think that is very good for all of us. Thank you so much for doing now this OPI. It's not easy to have so much people like you. I hope that you come back to race again for me to go after you and have the privilege to enjoy it so much. You are one special person, my friend. Believe me.
Thank you. Yeah, and I hope maybe one day I will race. I think, as I said, chances are low, but I will stick around. Whether it's just group rides and flying drones, I'm not sure.
Doesn't matter. Just come and show to the world how good you are. I'm preparing something for you. I hope that in the next days I have some compilation I have from you for you to remember your journey was till 24 was a big journey for you, my friend. You
Yeah.
cannot imagine how good things I have from you. Uh, for me, was in all the races I was able to uh, follow you guys with my AUC or with my drone. You was one of the persons that I always, when I was seeing you riding, I was like, okay, I have to go after him just to enjoy it
Well, it's
because
nice to
you
see people fall right on the. Not nice to see.
no, 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 no. That is not. No, my friend, that was not that. For me, it was a persons that falls and show you. My English is not the best one, but I can tell you like this: is the persons that you sit in one chair and you enjoy it all the moments.
Mhm.
It's not because I don't care if you fall or not. I care how a rider loves the sport, how he wants to win, how he wants to race, how he's involved in the in what he's doing in this moment. And you was not a person. You don't care about the other ones. You just want to do your best and enjoy it and go to your limits. And sometimes I was like, oh my god, I hope that this guy don't hurt himself because he don't have no brakes.
Yeah.
And that's for me is what we call. That's why I when I go to a race, that's what I want to see. Persons that are like they go to the limit, and you show to the world, for me, to my world, and to all the people I know, and they came here. Lots of people who came here to this interview that know you. Every time they speak about Adrian, is you are not just a special person, because you are a very special person. You don't speak too much. You speak what is intelligent. You don't lose your time with stupid things, and that's what I like about you. You are a man, not that kid. And the other thing is, when you go to race, is a war.
Yeah.
You want to win, and you fall, you come back, you fall, you come back, and you never give up. And sometimes I ask myself, how can this guy survive so many falls and he come back and go to the limit, to the machine? Then the machine, he wants more, but the machine don't have it. The
Yeah.
juice is not there. And seeing you coming in this uphill in Belgium, and you coming from the back, and you come back again to this curve, and you finish in end, my friend, is just special moments that lots of people don't see it. I have the opportunity with drones, with life, to have that time to enjoy
Yeah.
it. And believe me, I take always the hat to very special persons, and you are one of them. And that's why I yesterday I told you, thank you so much for coming here. Was one of the persons I was waiting to have it, and I have it here. And you're going to always be one of the special ones. And that's why I was more times in the races,
Yeah.
because people like you, persons like you, my friend,
Thank you. Thank you for the.
and
Uh,
do it something for the oil. I think you're going to bring lots to the table. I think the people is going to say you have to stay more there, because you're going to bring a lot. And I think it's good. I hope that you have time for that. And for my part, my friend, I want to say thank you so much for everything you done. And it's a privilege to have you as a friend, as a person I write with you together, and see your smile, and of course continue to be what you are. For me, you are a very special person. I told to my wife about 1 hour ago, that is one of the interviews I want to do it, because he's a very special person. We don't speak too much, and that is the good thing about people. The times we speak is, we don't need to speak every day. We need
yeah.
to, when we have the chance. Like always, my friend, I'm going to give you with the, we're going to finish the interview, but I always leave you with the last words for the people who's going to see this interview. We are in X, we are in Facebook, all the groups of Onewheels. We are in YouTube. This is not paid. This is not propaganda. Is everything free? Everybody can take out I don't ask nobody to subscribe, like always. Just follow this, guys. And if you have the chance, go to the AOL, to go to the events, have fun, enjoy yourselves, and have new friends and learn with life. Maybe you're going to enjoy it. Like always, my friend, I leave you with the last words for everybody.
You leave me with last words?
Yes, the last words for the community. You're going to see this video later on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you summed it up pretty nicely. I think join the events. If you want to race, race. If you don't, don't. I think there's a lot to take from the whole community. Join the local community. We have a lot of people that ride with us every weekend that don't join the EOL races, right? So if you can, of course, go to the events, right? I think they're super nice to enjoy the sport that we all love, right? You meet a very, very amazing community. But even if that's not possible, just ride wherever you are, right? I think I always try to encourage people to ride more. So yeah, get out there, ride, and enjoy.
My friends, like always, Adrian, I'm going to leave. I'm going to make something special in a couple of days. I'm going to leave for everybody to see it. How was him as a rider for you to see? That is something that we're going to bring now to the table. Most of the riders that I film, I'm going to make compilations for you guys to understand how big they are. And Adrian is one of them, and he deserved that because he helped change the mentality in Europe. And I hope in the future we have more persons like you, the spirit, the idea, and the love like you have it. And I hope to see you guys very, very soon. Just for you guys to have the information, the next interview is going to be the 400th interview. And this interview, I'm going to speak alone. I'm going to tell what was the reason for me to create the No Limits to Ride. And for the people to understand, this is a community thing. This is not made for me. This is made from Adrian, for all the people who came here. And the idea from this is to help the community to grow, never to win money, never to make propaganda. I don't bring companies. I just bring riders. If you have the chance to make a channel, do it. Nosedive is there. Is a great channel now. If you have a good idea, bring to the table. That way, we're going to see this sport growing more and more and more. I'm just a voice like the other guys from Nosedive, like everyone. If you are out there, this is just a microphone, a camera, and enjoy yourself. Bring your friends, and maybe you can help the community to grow and the sponsors to come and help these events. They need a lot. My friend, thank you so much. It was a great, great, great interview. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for having
great
me.
to talk to you. Thanks, Nelson.
Okay, and 1, 2, 3.